Assalamu alaikum. We are back with podcast number 2 with
Yes,
some
sir.
special guests.
Yes, sir. We got special guests today. I know we missed a few weeks of the podcast, but we had to bring the big dogs out to make up for it. So we're here. We're gonna get straight into it. You guys want to say anything?
We got Dial here.
Assalamualaikum.
This is the Rahman team
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
Fahad
A lot of bias in this room.
No.
and Osam Magicity.
Sir. Yeah. Since we missed a few weeks, we're not gonna go and just break down every week. We're gonna kind of go over the power rankings. I know a lot of people have been kind of wondering how this is thought about and like how we break this down. So, Sam, you want to give everyone some insight on how we do this?
Yeah, as far as the power rankings go, it's not necessarily based off of your record, but kind of how you've been doing throughout the season and who we kind of project to be the top teams. Obviously, we take under consideration who's been missing, who can potentially, improve. Which person can improve a team when
Injuries.
they come? Yeah, injuries. So right now this week we have actually the brothers. I think the first week they started off as number 7
Yeah.
on the listing,
7-1.
moving up to number 4, I believe, and now up to 1 after their last win against the number 1 projected team, Mujahideen. But we saw, as far as they didn't have either of their bigs, and Chase had a crazy game.
Chase.
So-
We'll get into that soon.
Yeah, so I mean, we project them to be number 1 right now, because once their bigs come in, who can stop their bigs?
Right.
And that's just one more person to worry about.
Yeah, again, this is like you said, it's not a standings. The standings would be more by like point differential record, like just based on facts. This is kind of like, like you kind of explained, a power ranking. So yeah, number 1, we got the brothers coming in hot after taking down the number 1 team, Mujahideen, who beat Ghost Town the week before, and they've been on a crazy run. They were undefeated until this week.
I was
there.
shocked.
Yeah, what did you guys think?
I thought even with Chase, based off how he was playing weeks before, I didn't think the brothers were gonna win this game.
Yeah. And they were down by 16 at one point
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, they came back.
They showed out.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
crazy.
they're number 1. Chase showed that this guy can beat one of the best.
So that's the
player
thing
teams.
is, without Chase, how would you look at it?
Oh,
Yeah.
no Chase.
No Chase is
It's a
tough.
blowout.
They're number 8. They're number 9. No Chase.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's say he misses a game in the playoffs or something. Like, are they gonna rely on one guy to carry them?
Well, that's the
whole way?
thing. That whole team they're not an offensive team.
Yeah.
Take out Chase, and they don't have much of an offense, but their defense is crazy, and that's what helped them in this game is Chase going off in offense, and then everyone else doing their part on defense. That's what won them the game.
Especially when the big man comes back. That's huge on defense.
Yeah.
They didn't have him this game either. That's going to cut down Devin's rebounds a lot too.
Yep. And then coming at the number 2 spot, we got Mujahideen, who, I mean, they've looked dominant all year. People have them,
Beating Ghost
it
Town.
all. Yeah, they beat
Beat
Ghost Town.
That was shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, this team, they've been consistent. Devin's been consistent. I mean, he's won player of the week multiple weeks.
Yeah.
He's just a crazy talent.
I think Devin's gonna come out a new player next week. We came. Everyone was talking about Chase and Devin. Chase went off. He showed no one can guard me. I'm the best player in the league. Devin's like, these people don't know who I am. I think next week he's gonna look crazy.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it lit a fire under him, man.
I think he's pissed.
The performance he had, I think, was a little lackluster. I think he could have played a lot better. And it just goes to show you that, there's a big mental aspect to the game as well, more than just skill.
Also, I think there's a blueprint that people are going to try to follow now. You know what I mean? Be physical with him, face guard him, kind of like what Suli was doing a little bit. So he, I think, is going to understand that he just has to be more aggressive to get away from that. So he has to do a lot of work before he even touches the ball now. But I think he's going to come out a little bit more aggressive and just look to get the ball more.
Well, even his teammates now, they are going to expect it too.
Yeah.
So they got to be prepared to start hitting their shots.
Yeah.
And one thing for Mujahideen, they were super reliant on Devin. Like TJ's been having a rough season. Hamza hasn't been, having his 20-point games as he usually does. And I think if TJ and Hamza like showed up more this week, I think they could have pulled the game out. But I think when you just rely on Devin so much, like teams double him or teams like try to stop him, like the other guys got to step up, and I don't think the rest of the team has been stepping up.
Well, I got to check their schedule, but if they're playing easier teams,
I saw that they're playing
Yeah.
Colors next week, so
then they should try sitting Devin out and seeing how that goes.
Yeah.
But also, they could get a huge bump by what's it, Rashad? Is that his name?
yeah.
I've heard some really good things. I know it was his first game back. I think he had an injury, so he's coming back from that. So that could be big.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can take some of that pressure off of Devin, and just help out with the scoring load a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll get into those games the past week a little later in the podcast, but we're gonna keep going down with the power rankings. Third, we got Ghost Town.
Yep, Ghost Town. They're 3-1. We're 4-0. But there's a power rankings list, and we have yet to beat them. We haven't played them yet this season, so I think they're still going to be ranked above us until we play them, until we beat them. So honestly, Ghost Town this season hasn't looked as strong as the previous seasons. Willie has not been playing the best. I mean, they haven't needed to that much. They had an easier start to the season, I feel like. So they were just running over teams. I don't think TJ and Willie were trying much. They're like, oh, it's all easy games. And that maybe made it worse for them when they played Mujahideen because they weren't locked in and playing how they usually play.
But even last week, when who'd they play? They played
Al-Saad.
Al-Saad.
Yeah. Close game.
I saw while the lead was getting cut short, I see TJ and Willie sitting on the bench. So
yeah,
I'm not sure if there's some sort of trying to give other players more time, or they figured it'd be an easier game, so let the subs kind of get more minutes. But you gotta start getting hot, because if Willie and TJ don't start getting in the game once they play against the harder teams, it's not going to be there.
Is it a coaching issue? Is D1?
Well, I think the big issue is that TJ has joined me and Abo in the big box truck league. He's looking a little rough. He's looking a little wide there. That's big for him, man, because he's got to be in shape. He's by far, I think, their best player. I don't know. I haven't seen Will play as much, so I can't speak for him. But TJ has to go off. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to rely on him for sure.
I would also say this season there's a lot of bigger player or a lot better bigs in the league.
Bigs, yeah.
So they don't really have bigs, so they might have to change their gameplay or anything.
Yeah.
Or work
So
on
we
it.
saw that with Mujahideen. Devin, who was guarding Devin during that game?
I think
Shamouk. And
Yeah.
Devin was scoring a lot. Hard to guard him.
Shamouk's, he's got the athleticism and stuff, but he's just skinnier.
Mhm.
He doesn't have the muscle to body up. with a guy
Shamouk's still been
Devin.
putting up numbers and
Yeah,
playing his
yeah,
part
yeah,
as of now.
for sure.
But then again, Ghost Town would be better versus the brothers. I feel like guarding Chase. They're the best at double teaming. They're double teaming a lot earlier.
They got a lot of athleticism too.
Yeah.
But I don't know how zone's gonna work. I haven't seen them play man yet, and since they've been in the league, and I don't know if you can play zone with those two bigs like
man
that.
big,
It's
yeah.
gonna be tough.
You gotta man up.
See.
But yeah, I've been hearing some stuff about D1. His coaching has been lacking. Games on the line, he has star players sitting on the sideline. I don't know. I don't know if all the winning has gotten to his head, and he wants to run the show too much.
I think the game plan's been figured out too, so he's got to adjust.
He's
a coach that's just sticking with one game plan. He needs a new one now.
Switch it up. No, it's all love with D1. But at the number 4 spot, we got Rahma. We got our team. I don't think there's much to say here. We've had a light first half of the season. The next half of the season is going to get harder for us, so it's really going to show our true colors here coming soon.
Yeah, we have yet to play any of the top 3 teams right now. Which is why we ranked ourselves number 4 right now, even though we're 4-0. We haven't played, any.
And we haven't seen our
dominant
potential
teams.
really. Chicken's been out. Chicken's been out.
Injuries have been affecting our team.
Osama,
but
borderline. That's our point
guard
guard.
for the season. So
Our point guard. We saw last season when we didn't have Osama that hurt us hard. So we'll have to see where that's going.
And that's kind of what Osama was talking about with the power rankings is it kind of depends on where you stand. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're undefeated, strength of schedule is a big thing, and then also injuries is a big thing. So looking at that, that's why we're ranked a lot lower, even though we're the only undefeated team left.
Yep. And then we got KC Thunder, young team. I feel like they kind of struggle to get all their players there. every week, and even when they do have their players there, they're not really engaged. They struggle subbing. They got 10 players, so it's really hard to get everyone involved, and I think that's caused like a toxic culture within their team. Like after every game, they're yelling at each other. They're arguing about playing time. I see guys, there's like 10 minutes left, and they have their jersey like over their shoulder, like don't even want to play anymore. So they need a coach.
They need
a leader,
It's
man.
been kind of close games with them, but like they just
And
they're
they've
not a
played
winning
some
team.
pretty good teams so far. But
Yeah, I think they played all the top teams.
I think the problem with them is they don't have any like veteran
No leader.
players. You know what I mean? No
for sure,
leader. So like they're all scattered. They're all pointing fingers. You know, no one wants to take responsibility, and everyone just wants. You know, I think maybe we have. We'll talk about this later, but we have like one maybe player of them considered to be an all-star or projected to be all-star.
Yeah.
So they're all trying to thrive for that all-star position that they're forgetting that they have a whole team that they have to take responsibility for and get some wins with.
This is also, to me, this is a football team trying to be a basketball team, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's big, you know what I'm saying? I think they all are good football players and they understand their roles really well in football. And a lot of them are stars on football teams. So I think it's kind of like they don't understand this is a different sport. They have to understand their roles better and play their role. Everybody wants to be a star on this team.
Yep. Yeah, and then I guess we can go on to the number 6 spot. We got Insad, which to me is this kind of shocking spot. I thought they would be like, I guess middle. Maybe I thought they'd be in the 5 spot. But it seems like they just can't close out games. They've been playing like decent, but they just can't figure out how to get wins. And what do you guys think?
They have solid individual players. I just don't think their chemistry is meshing well together, or I'm not sure if just some of the players are getting game jitters. Because, we play pickup with Liban, for example. He goes like 9 for 10 from 3 some of the days, you know.
Yeah.
But here he's not either taking too many shots or they're just not going in. You're having Ahmed down low, who's supposed to be like a decently big body, but just can't seem to get himself in the game. When again in pickup, he's doing pretty decent.
Right.
So I just don't think. I don't know. The team's just not meshing well together. Muya, for example, last season or 2 seasons ago, he was one of the top players, but we're not seeing much of that this season.
I feel like when you're on a team with a bunch of good players, the good players that score so much, they're not doing as well. Like Hamza Shabir, he has a bunch of good players, not scoring that well. TJ, really good, but on a good team is not scoring that well.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, on a team that not have any scores, he's going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just need to figure out how to score on a good team and use each other.
Yeah, that's true. It all comes down to teamwork. Like, I feel like every player on our team is pretty good, but we all have our moments where if we're doing our thing, this guy's scoring, it's all consistent. So it's all about teamwork and knowing how to get your guys the ball and knowing how to feed the hot hand and that kind of thing.
And having an understanding of during the game of, okay, I'm not doing so hot today. Let me give feed my teammates, or finding who has the hot hand and getting them pumped up or pushed. That's what the brothers did.
Yep.
The first few weeks, I saw players on their team complaining about not getting the ball, but you see Chase going off and not missing anything. That was their first go-to.
Yeah.
Every time someone got the rebound, Chase. We're looking for Chase, and that's what won them the game.
Yep.
I think with the bottom teams, you're going to start to realize just understanding your role is huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're talking about pickup, for example, like Liban. When we're playing pickup, most of the time everybody's going off. You know what I mean? But then when you're playing in a league, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure out other ways to impact the game. So, like example for Diop last week, he almost had a triple-double. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though Zayd was scoring the most points, for me, I think Diop had the most impact on our team last week. So you got to just find ways to impact the game other than just trying to score a basketball.
For sure.
I think that's what it is. There's a lot of individuals that are really good, but they just can't mesh with other people. And this may be one of the teams that
Could be.
that have potential there, but they just don't mesh well together.
Yeah. And at the number 7 spot, we got Mamba Mentality. Honestly, these guys have been shocking me ever since Okoye showed up. Slenderman. They haven't lost with him. He's 2 games. They're 2-0 since he's been back, and he brings a lot to this team. He brings height. He's been shooting the ball. I think he had 26 points this past week in a blowout game against 5 Pillars. So I see why they wanted him to show up so bad.
Why are they number 7 though? How come they're not number 5? Mizema hasn't been showing up, right? Where's he? I haven't seen him.
Yeah, but without Okoye, they've lost.
Pretty bad.
They've lost pretty bad. So, and even with Okoye, it's going to be interesting to see. They played the number 8 and 9 team.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They haven't beat anyone. Really.
They haven't with Okoye. They haven't beaten any of the top 6 right now that we have listed on there.
Yep.
So again, I mean, this is power rankings. You can go from number 8 up to number 2 in just a week.
Yeah.
You know, but right now, as far as what we're seeing and what we, as far as what we've seen, right now is number 7 is what their spot is.
And for me, I feel like they don't have any players that really like. I wouldn't not stand out, but that can just like take over and win the game for them. I feel like when they win, it's a very like
struggle.
Not struggle, but it's like a teamwork win. Like they have to, everyone has to be firing on all cylinders. Like the game they beat 5 Pillars. I mean, it was a blowout, but literally, I think for like the first 7 minutes, no one missed a shot. Like they were on fire, and I think that's what it's gonna take for this team to win. So that's why I feel like they're kind of still at the like numbers and then the bottom 3 teams. But yeah, I think for these last 2 teams, we got Halal Buckets and 5 Pillars.
Lefty Dang, Halal Buckets.
Yeah.
What's up? Why are they not winning right now? Has he
He
been showing up?
didn't show up last week. Did he?
They had a bye last week.
They had a bye last
okay.
week. The week before, they played against Mamba and lost.
He was
And
there?
He was there.
Yeah, he missed the week we played them. I think is that the only
Yeah,
week they missed?
I think that
He
was
missed?
the only week.
What changed the first? Because I showed up like week 3, and all I heard was Lefty Dank before I got here.
Well, I
Like,
think
What changed? What do you guys think changed between that?
the first week I have to look up and see who they played, but he hit, I think, what was it, 9 3-pointers, something
Yeah,
like
he made a
that.
lot of points.
They had like 32
Was that
points.
against Mamba?
I'd have to go back and see who they played against.
No, they played Mama 2 weeks ago. I don't remember who it was.
I mean, if it was like against any of the top teams, you know what I mean? Which is, I mean, there's only 5 Pillars below them, so if it wasn't them,
First
might have been
week he
outside.
versed 5 Pillars.
Oh,
first
5
week.
Pillars.
Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Okay.
what about second week?
Second week they
week
played
versus
us, but he wasn't
He
there.
wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
third week he versed the brothers.
And the third week they played the brothers,
Yeah.
and they lost against the brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
lost
5 Pillars their only win?
Yeah, 5 Pillars was the
Okay.
only one. Yeah, they lost against the brothers, and then again, the brothers didn't have a good game that week.
Yeah.
We were watching them play that game, and they were still trying to figure each other out.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's also one of the games that I'm not sure how much Chase had, but I think maybe around 20 points.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not nearly as solid as he did last week. But if you're playing against, the brothers not doing so hot and still losing,
Yeah.
then there's a problem there.
And we've talked about that they're not a huge offensive team outside of Chase.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and then last but not least, we have 5 Pillars. I don't think there's much to say here. I feel like this kind of core team, they always play in our leagues. And they always put up a fight. But I just think they don't have, it's just not enough to get it done. They definitely could have won some games. They have, I think they played, they've had a harder schedule in the beginning.
Mhm.
I think it'll start getting easier for them now, so they definitely got to get some wins in there because you definitely don't want to be in that play-in, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good spot to be in, So you definitely want to guarantee a playoff spot for sure.
Amar's been doing good, right? I feel like he's been holding his own.
He's been balling.
He just needs some help. I mean, he had Yusuf Khatib,
Khatib,
and then there's the other kid, the 15-year-old. What's his name?
Oh, Yaish?
Yaish. Where's he been?
He's been traveling, I think, but he was there last week.
He was there last week, but then Yusuf Khatib wasn't there.
Yeah.
They need like those top 3 to be there because they have like 10 people on their team, and then like all of them are like 17, 18 years old, and there's like top 3 on their team.
Yeah.
I think they just need to put up.
This team is feisty, though, man. Like Evie said, this team is always there. They've been there for the past few leagues. And I know we played them and we ended up beating them, but I feel like they're always a feisty team. You know what I'm saying? Because they're a bunch of younger kids,
Yeah.
which is good. That's what you need.
Mhm.
Like, they definitely are skillful, too. I'm not saying they're not, but that shows that you can find other ways to win, too. You know what I'm saying? They just got to kind of put it together and start doing, better in terms of individuals going off.
Yep, and then that's going to do it for our power ranking segment. Now we can, I guess, just highlight a few of the player of the weeks. It's kind of been pretty consistent. The first 2 weeks was obviously Devin. He went crazy. I mean, he dropped, I think, 29 points in back-to-back weeks. And then he kind of took a break. Zayd kind of went crazy. Zayd had 32 points. 16 rebounds. Crazy week for Zayd. Zayd's been very consistent.
Zayd's an up and coming man. He's like 20 years old.
He's 20, bro.
He's like 6'3", scoring at will, great defense. He's been solid.
Yep. And then after Zayd, we had Chase the week before with 25 points, 9 rebounds. I think it was a slower week for everybody. Chase kind of took that one, and then this past week, I mean, he dropped 40 points, so it's definitely gonna be him. That's a no-brainer. But what do you guys think? Are you guys think we're gonna see a new face on the Player of the Week, or is it gonna be the same, top 3 guys?
Let's see who's Chase versus next week.
I don't know.
I think it does come down to matchups. I think that's huge because this week we're playing the brothers, so I can see him, Chase, and Zayd kind of not having as effective of a game as they've been having. You know what I mean?
I think Devin might get it this week because he's versing 5 pillars.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
But he kind of takes it easy when they play like.
But then again, like you said, they might have him rest up more than other games.
Take that game as an opportunity to
see how that team plays without him. Amar versus Devin, they might kind of even each other out, or it might be a tough, matchup. But then you have the other players on Mujahideen versus 5 pillars.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to see like guys like Willie, TJ, both TJ, Zach, Hamza, like some of these guys that put up, like I think TJ Abdurrahim, he dropped 40 points last league and won MVP, but we haven't really seen him in MVP form, not even close to it. So I'm looking to see his face on Player of the Week.
Versus Mamba mentality, so they might
who knows.
Find something.
But it's gonna have to be the team that gives him that opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, he played with us last season, and I feel like we're the team that we're able to give those players that opportunity. Not to take anything away from the player, but we know he's a solid player, so we're gonna force him, to drive and take those shots and get those points. Same thing with Zayd on our team right now. If he were on any other team, it might be a little bit more difficult for him to hit up these points, But as far as our team goes, I feel like we know each other, and we know the roles that each person plays, and we know when someone has the hot hand. So we're not afraid to let anyone on the team shine, So TJ, he's on a team full of scorers.
Yeah.
So
it's just tough.
It's a little tough. He's in a tough position to potentially take that.
But also, man, I think like for me, bro, Zayd is showing such like a all around game in my opinion because like Chase and Devin, I think might be more skilled maybe individually but Zayd is still the leading scorer for a reason.
Consistency.
He's running on fast breaks. He's getting rebounds, putbacks. Like these guys, like TJ for example, he's still one of the tallest guys in the league. He's still got size. He doesn't have to necessarily touch the ball and score. He has to find other ways, get out on a fast break. Same thing with Hamza. On the fast breaks, 3-pointers are wide open usually. Like people are running the break, get corner shots wide open. So I think you have to just become all rounded in terms of scoring for sure.
Yeah. Either way, it's getting boring, guys. We need someone else to be a Player of the Week. I'm tired of seeing Chase, Devin, and Zayd on there. We need the other players to step up. And then I guess we can highlight some of the big games that we missed, the hype games that we missed in the previous weeks that we didn't cover in the podcast. We can start with the Ghost Town versus
that was probably maybe game of the year. That was like Ghost Town, one of the best teams versus the Devin unstoppable foreign champs versus Devin, and that was a crazy close game. It all ended up down to like 1 point, and it was like a free throw miss, and then Devin came out.
Well, before that game, we had Ghost Town as number 1 in the power rankings.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. They were number 1. They were the champions coming in the league, and that game was going to determine who's taking that spot.
Yeah, exactly.
If they play each other again, are we going to see the same score? Is Ghost Town going to come a little hotter, a little angrier, a little hungrier, trying to get that win, or will Devin just put up a hotter game?
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I haven't seen like a game of basketball like that well played in a long time. Like it was insane. I've never seen like a game like that in our league. I feel like past leagues we haven't had a game like that, and I mean it just shows why these guys are like, arguably the top 2 teams in the league right now. And you know, it ended up coming down to like controversial foul call on the 3-point line. Some people thought it was on the floor, but they ended up giving shooting foul, so he was shooting 3.
I think he was in the bonus though. Either way,
It would have been
right?
1-1 though.
It would have been
and
1-1.
they're down 3.
Yeah,
so,
but he did make the first 2 free throws, right?
Yeah,
And then he missed the last.
and then he
third
missed the
one.
last one. So
I mean, could have been, but like you said,
Yeah.
it is a controversial call.
yeah,
For sure.
definitely controversial. I mean, TJ, I knew when he got the free throws, I thought he was gonna hit all 3. Like we play shooting games after pickup, and like he doesn't miss free throws. The first 2 were swish, and then I don't know, maybe he just got a little nervous on the last one. But Devin came in for the
1 second
putback
left,
to
put it
yeah.
back. It was insane
And
game.
some people were complaining about the clock, but it was so quick, and like when you press 1 second, there is also like the scoreboard has its own buzzer.
Mhm.
So just because you see 1 second, the game ends when the buzzer goes off. You know what I'm saying? So and the tip back, I mean the tip was
A
so
tip
fast.
is less than a second.
Yeah, less than a second.
I think that's
like-
people don't realize
Yeah.
how long it is. Like even in the NBA,
Yeah.
0.3 is enough for like a catch and shoot
Right.
almost. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
or 0.5 or something like that.
Mhm.
But I think people don't realize how fast or how long a second actually is.
Yeah.
And then again, you can't rely. You can't base your loss off of that last
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Off of
You
a
gotta look
time
at the.
thing, yeah.
You gotta look at the whole. The
The
whole
picture.
game.
Yeah.
And I mean that last free throw, I saw the video. There was no boxing out
No
going
box
on.
out, man.
So if you're gonna complain about that 3-pointer being called a foul, you gotta be fair and be like, hey, do your job. Game's not over yet.
You box
So-
out, game's done. Nothing to complain
But that
about.
did
yeah.
shake D1 and Ghost down. That loss was it shook them because
And
they're
they
not
broke
used
their
to
win
losing.
streak. I don't think
They
they've
broke their win
lost
streak, yeah.
in 2 years a game.
A game, yeah. So that
Which is
shook them,
insane.
and then I heard some things about that game after, like, something about like, yes, he needs to play more. You guys hear anything about that?
Yeah. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like he was on the sideline. It was like the last 2 minutes of the game before he went into OT. It was a close game, like back and forth.
Yeah.
And I kind of went and like just whispered in his ear. I was like, "Dang man, like they got the superstar on the sideline
Yeah.
in the last 2 minutes." And I don't know what's going on there. They got some locker room issues.
Yeah.
But they'll figure it out. They'll
I'm
be
kind
good.
of shocked. Not even the fact that he's an all-star or not, but he's technically their bigger guy or taller guy. He
Yeah.
should have been
Yeah.
in on for those free throws.
I kind of see where D1 was coming from. He put Shamouk and a bow in, which they're like hustle players,
Yeah,
get
right.
rebounds, play
Strong
defense.
I get that too because they
stronger,
have been showing up with
big
that
bodies.
Too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
for
kind of
sure.
smart, I think, in that situation because they have enough scores. Yassine's a scorer, like that's his like game. He scores the ball.
Yeah,
But they have like Willie, TJ, Zach, so they needed more guys to like go in and do the dirty work, box
Yeah.
out, get rebounds.
right.
But they didn't box out on the last free throw, so I don't know.
And the next probably big game was that Brothers in last week's game. Brothers and Mujahideen.
Mujahideen always in big games, man.
Yeah, they've had a tough schedule. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a blowout with no bigs. Like Chase was gonna do good, but Devin, their team was crazy. But Chase, he had heard a lot of people talking before the game. He's like, people saying I'm not the best. No, I could be guarded. So he just showed out. When you could shoot like that, I feel like it's so easy to score. If your
Yeah.
bucket is like, what was his field goal percentage yesterday? Or that
He
was,
shot 62% from the field and then 57 from the three.
like that's insane.
On 40
insane
points,
stats.
that's ridiculous.
That's very crazy.
Yeah.
Man, he's just at will. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think Mujahideen definitely
however
took
he
it
wants
lightly.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, you let a guy like that get so hot. Like
Yeah,
you
they-
have to.
They started
Yeah, you
doubling
have
him
to
at the end
double,
of the game. Like,
triple,
you gotta.
yeah.
I mean, it was a comeback
Yeah.
game for them too. at the
But
same
man, I
time.
mean, you have to give a huge shout out to Sully and Eamon for hitting those 2 last
Yeah,
threes.
and
And
their
then
other
I don't
guy-
know the other guy's name for 2 free throws.
Yeah. I mean, their team definitely
Yeah.
stepped it
Like
up
that,
at the end.
you know,
At the end,
win.
they saw so
yeah.
it was a blowout in the beginning, and then Chase like, okay, he knows that he's got to start shooting everything. I told him like, look, Chase, you guys are gonna lose it unless you start shooting every ball.
Yeah.
He did that. He scored like 20 out of like the 23 points so far at halftime, and then his team was like, okay, we're in this game, and they made some clutch points at the end. So.
Yeah, they were just ready for, you never know when your number is going to be called. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Sully had taken maybe one other shot or 2 other shots. Same thing with Eamon,
Mhm.
And then 2 huge clutch threes, free throws, man. But I think another thing that this shows is how competitive the league is this year.
Yes.
Like Mujahideen taking down an undefeated team for 2 years, and then now the brothers coming and taking down that Mujahideen team. That's huge, man.
Yeah, we haven't had this many dominant teams as wholes
Yeah.
in a while, for sure.
And like you said, you see how competitive they are. They're going down to the wire,
Yeah.
to, you know,
Yeah.
to the last like possession.
And it's like a ref call or something,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I think Chase went crazy offensively, obviously, but defensively, this team played crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Sully stepped
Gotta
up
give props to
guarding
the
Devin.
defense.
Yeah.
Tofik this guy's like so athletic. He's flying, getting rebounds, steals.
Mhm.
He kind of reminds me of like a North kind of player where he's like very pesky on defense. He might foul a lot here and there, but if the ref's not calling it, you're just getting
Energizer
frustrated. Yeah.
And Energizer Bunny, yeah.
So
Man, Sully, man, I'm not gonna lie. I even went up to Chase and I told that to him that even though he balled out, I thought the MVP of the game was Sully.
Yeah.
And I know Tokir went and he was gonna interview Chase, and I was like, bro, you have to include Sully.
Yeah.
Like, this guy balled out, you know what I mean?
He put a body on Devin.
Because if you don't do that to Devin, even if Devin scores another extra 10 points, for example,
Yeah.
it cancels out.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So Chase scoring 40 doesn't mean as much anymore if you lose the game.
Right. Right.
So holding Devin, how much did Devin end up with? You guys remember off the
I
top of
think
your head?
18.
18. That's
like that.
huge, man.
Yeah.
And he's averaging like 26.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, like that's a big deal.
Yep. Okay, and then we can go into like the top 10 players right now based on the pie chart, the pie like score leaders.
What's a pie score leader?
I believe it's player impact efficiency.
Okay, so it's like rebounds, assists.
So yeah, it doesn't just go based on points. It's like how much you impacted the game.
Okay.
I think it takes your points, rebounds. It also considers like your
Turnovers, I believe,
your
too, right?
Your
percentages.
percentages, yeah.
It takes down from your percentages, your fouls, your turnovers.
Okay.
So this is it. I mean, this AI is really doing its thing with
Yeah.
showing the player who they really are.
Yeah, it's a nice tool that this app has given us to kind of break everything down. If you go into the rankings tab and then you filter by, instead of average points, you filter by pie score leaders, it'll give you kind of a breakdown of what's going on. And this is kind of will be what we'll use for All-Star. So it's pretty important to kind of pay attention to this moving forward. But at the number one spot for this, we got Devin. I think that was kind of, everyone kind of knew that. He's been balling out. He's been doing everything pretty much for his team. Like everyone's saying, it's not Hamza's team, it's Devin's team, and this pie chart kind of illustrates that, you know.
26.2 points.
Yeah.
Devin's number one right now.
Yep. And then coming at the number 2 spot, you got Zaid, the 20-year-old phenom. He's been balling out. He's been Rahma star this year. What you guys?
23.8
Man,
points.
I mean, I think this guy's just only gonna get better, bro. Like, it's scary to see. I think he's only 20 years old.
I think he's the most consistent right now in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
His percentage is
you know,
crazy. His
Devin,
three-point percentage
not
is
to take
insane.
anything away from him, he had solid 2 weeks. Third week, he kind of relaxed a little
Yeah.
bit. And then last week, he kind of got caught up with Sully.
Yeah.
But as far as Zaid goes, even though we haven't played any of the top teams yet, so Zaid did have that advantage.
Yeah.
He's just been consistent all around.
Yeah.
Yep. And then at the number 3 spot, we got another Rahma player. We got this guy right here, Osama Majid. I think we're the only team right now that has multiple players in the top 10 right now.
3
so
in the top 10 right now.
that just goes to show, you know, kind of the dynamic team and chemistry that we have. Osama's probably going to drop a lot because he's probably not going to play
Take a
anymore.
couple of games off
We'll
because
see. Might be out for a minute.
Yeah, we'll see.
He needs that, the dark mask, the
Yeah.
LeBron wore, and
Yeah.
the coat.
We need to put him in bubble wrap. How to play in bubble wrap.
Or Jalen Brown. Yeah.
At the number 4 spot, we got Chase. Not much to be said about him. He's a offensive talent. It's crazy that he's more of an offensive player than the other guys we named, but he's still number 4. So
Well, if we saw him play, or if he put up those points the first couple of weeks, hands down, he would have been number 1.
yeah, for sure.
And I think the last week is what dropped him up to. I mean, what got him up to 4th place. I think last week he was down at number like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we see a little more consistency from him,
I think
I can see him
I
either
think
going
the,
up
the
or
first
being
2
top
weeks.
5.
First 2 weeks was just getting a feel for the team, probably, and then
Well, I saw
And he had a bye week.
the first 2 weeks that the team was having trouble finding out
for sure,
you know,
that's what I'm saying.
their
I think
chemistry and who what their roles are as players.
Yeah.
Everyone trying to take up the ball, everyone trying to put up shots, but they're having a better understanding now, so they're only going to get better.
And then at the number 5 spot is kind of a shocker. I mean, this guy, his team has 0 wins, but he's number 5 on the list. Yusuf Khatib. I think he played high school basketball. I don't know what school he went to, but
He's been balling out.
he's a dog, man. He gets a lot of rebounds, a lot of putbacks. He can shoot.
Scoring 25 a game.
Yeah, he's been balling out for that team, man. I think if he just had a little more help, I mean,
It's actually kind of crazy to see them. They actually do have another player in the top 10 as well.
Yep.
So that shows you they have the talent. They just got to figure something out to put it all together. But I didn't realize that there's 2 players, though. That's huge.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Then we got Ryan Hardy.
Ryan.
Ryan, man, this guy's a freaking linebacker, man.
Ben
This guy's
Wallace, man.
Ben Wallace, man. He's a dog. He's scary on the court,
He
man.
is. I've been seeing him frustrated on the court. Like you can see, he's 6 right now in the league, and he's been doing his part. He just needs help.
no one's getting in the way when this guy drives.
Breaking noses out there.
Not me anymore. My nose gone.
Oh, Ryan did that?
Yeah,
Man,
Ryan broke my nose.
Bad boy Pistons, man. Yeah, so and at number 7 spot we got Lefty Dang. You know, he's another, you know, lethal scorer.
Mhm.
I think he has one of the best 3-point shots in the league
Mhm.
right now. I think between him and Zayd, probably for the highest percentage. I think Zayd's number
Possibly.
1.
Which is gonna come in clutch when it comes to the All-Star nominees
Yeah,
for
right.
the 3-point challenge.
3-point contest, yeah. So
But he's missing a week, and they had their bye week too. So that's like,
If we
It
still
doesn't-
live,
yeah,
we just need to see more consistency from
yeah.
him.
He
For
needs to play a couple more games.
yeah, I mean his jump shot's not pretty, but it goes in for sure. And then at 8 we got Okoye from Mama Mentality. He's played 2 games so far, and he's balled out, and I think that's why he's at the number 8 spot. Obviously, this is gonna change the more games they play, but when you come out that hot, I mean, the program's gonna put you up there because you have 2 crazy games rather than, you know, someone who's played 4 or 5 games. So it'll definitely average out and change a little bit, but for right now, Okoye's at the number 8 spot. At number 9 spot, we got another Rahma player. So we got 3 in the top 10 right now. Naguib. What do you guys got to say about
Chess
Naguib?
with Gibby, man.
Yeah.
These guys are all
He's a chess
around
player, man.
All
Poor guy,
around
that guy gets hit down low. Like, I've never
Yeah.
seen anyone get hit so many
He
times
gets
down low and
hacked
not
so
get any
much.
calls.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him at sometimes. I just want to sub him out just so he can get a break.
And he's not even like a guy who like gets very angry, but
He doesn't complain.
this past week I seen
Yeah.
it he's starting to get fed up. So
Yeah.
I hope he gets more calls because I would hate to see him crash out.
But you know what it
Yeah.
is with him? I feel like he's so strong going up, whether it's for a board or for
He doesn't
to get a
flop.
bucket.
Yeah.
He doesn't flop.
Yeah.
He shows no reaction to selling the foul, which like is, especially now in this generation, it's a very important aspect
Yeah.
to the game. Tokir knows some one or
He
two things about that.
needs the touch of a bow.
But
Yeah.
but I think that's what it is. I think
Yeah.
like when he goes up, he needs a little bit of the
And some of his fouls are dangerous, though, man. Like, there's some undercutting going on, so it's
Yeah.
not even like
Yeah.
a play on the ball.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I
hopefully,
mean, like mid-air, say something,
Yeah.
make a noise.
no,
you know,
100%. Yeah. He's a quiet
Let
dude.
the ref
just
know if something's happening.
hard-nosed dude.
Yeah.
Hard-nosed worker.
Yep. And then at the number 10 spot, we got another 5 Pillars player. So they got 2 in the top 10. We got Amar Qureshi, 6'6". He's athletic. He's been, honestly, I feel like he's been doing a lot this season for his team. In the past season, I've seen him kind of like be like more nonchalant.
He's making a comeback.
But I feel like he's making a
Yeah.
comeback and
Yeah.
he's trying to win. Like
Yeah.
I can see it in his game.
For sure.
Well, I think part of it's because he sees all these, new players and like how much the league has grown. That
Yeah.
okay,
And
this
he's
is not so much of a
yeah.
Whatever league. This
And
is
he's used to
something
being like the best, like
Right,
number 1, number
exactly.
2 top player. So
And Amari
I'm
used to be a
surprised-
baller, bro. Like, back in the day, he used to have a strap,
Yeah.
too.
yeah,
I think he started lifting, got a little too big.
yeah.
Can't get his
Lost
arm
a
right.
shot,
I'm surprised there's no Ghost Town in the top 10. But I mean, you got Zach at number 11, but
Yeah.
top 10, no Ghost Town.
We'll give Zach an honorable mention at number 11. He's been the best Ghost Town player this year by far.
Mm-hmm.
He does everything, man. This guy he has a crazy battery. He just
His
doesn't
stamina
stop.
needs to be checked, man.
Yeah,
his
it doesn't stop.
endurance needs to be
You know,
studied.
it is-
I think he does cocaine before the game.
Yeah, we need a drug test before games
We
now.
need to test him, bro.
You know what it is? I think he got a taste of Dallas last year,
Yeah.
so he's working towards
Man.
that.
Yeah,
He-
for sure.
But
He's
also,
so active.
I think a big thing with these rankings though is it passes the eye test too. You know what I mean? Like if you were to name the top 10, 11 guys, majority of people will have these players in the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as what they've done so far,
Right.
based on their performances.
Like
so,
nothing doesn't make sense.
yeah, exactly.
Yep. And that's it for our rankings list. And I think that's gonna conclude our podcast. I think this was definitely a good little chat, good talk. We got more guys this week, so give you guys some more insight instead of hearing me and Os just talk the whole time. We got a little more insight. Actually, I think we can go over next week's games and kind of
Next week's
maybe
game.
give our thoughts about next week.
First game, Mujahideen versus Five Pillars. I think we already know where that's gonna go.
That's going to be very tough for Five Pillars.
Pillars.
This should be
to get
a
their
stat
first
padding
dub.
game.
Yeah,
I
for
think-
Five
I
Pillars'
mean-
first
I
dub,
mean,
it's gonna be a tough
Let's
dub.
hope they have all their players show up at least.
It's gonna be another like,
Best-
oh, they're gonna
best
do
bet.
good, they're gonna fight, they're gonna score points. I don't think they're just gonna get their first dub against Mujahideen, though, especially with Devin, trying to come back and be like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be a blowout.
It'll be a nice game to watch though. Amar versus Devin, and then those fast kids against like Madik and Hamza. So it'll be a fun game to watch.
I think,
though.
again, Mujahideen should take this as an opportunity to let Devin sit down a little bit,
Mhm.
give TJ a little bit of the spotlight,
Yeah.
get him ready for the playoffs,
Yeah, get him
get
going.
Hamza ready for the
Yeah.
playoffs,
Yeah.
Rashad, last week was his first game, get him a little more
Yeah, he
comfortable
needs
on the court with
he
the
needs to get
team.
his
So
feet
yeah.
a little
definitely
more.
take these games as opportunities to get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they've played all the hard teams for the most part. You know what
For
I'm
the
saying?
most-
They have a lot of
yeah.
easier games left, so they should definitely stop letting it just be the Devin show.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though he's a baller, I'm not saying that, but definitely have to start getting others involved.
Then we got Rahma. We got us versus the brothers. This is gonna be a good game for
Gonna be a good
sure.
game.
Huge.
We got Chicken coming back, right?
Yeah, it should be coming back.
Chicken first real game out of injury, but you have a lot of people not showing up, right?
Yeah.
Osama's not going to be here.
I think Nakeem's
I'm not
also.
gonna, Nakeeb's not going to be there. I'm not going to be there. So a
And
couple
then,
people.
do we
absent.
have is the Egyptian big man going to be there for the brothers? Do we know?
Every week, I mean,
Just depends.
I asked.
That's
It's a
I mean,
50-50
I mean,
asked him,
toss,
are you-
honestly.
are your bigs coming? He
Yeah.
said they should be, and they don't show up. So
Yeah.
man, that guy's huge for their
Yeah.
team, bro.
even when
Like,
they do, they come in like maybe 2 minutes before the game starts. So
Yeah.
you just never know with that team.
Osama's got something cooked up though for our defense against the brothers, but we'll see who shows up.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about Chase though? What's happening? With
can't
Chase?
give away secrets, man.
No secrets.
Can't give away.
Come
game.
and see at 8:00.
I think it's gonna be game of the week for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm excited to see Chicken play though. Chicken is, I think he should have or would have been
Yeah.
one of the top 10 top 10
Top
players.
5 in
He
my
comes
opinion.
with fire every
So,
week, wanting to play.
It's going to be very interesting to see him play. He's hungry to play. He's excited to play.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully, stay healthy.
Yep. And then third game we got Ghost Town versus Mama Mentality. I think this is similar to the first game. I think it's gonna be a
I think it might be a blowout.
I think it might be a blowout as well.
this is
We'll
going to be a
see.
Koi's first test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we'll
first
see.
2 games they played, I think the bottom 2 teams he played. So this is going to be his real test on how he does.
I think this should also be like kind of like a Mujahideen situation. Like the players who have been quiet that we expect a lot from, like same with Mujahideen, we expect a lot from Hamza. We expect a lot from some of these guys like TJ, and then same thing with Ghost Town. They're TJ and Willie and stuff like they have to use this opportunity to just get going a little bit more
Yeah.
to be in the flow of the game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we want to see at least 2 to 3 Ghost Town in the All-Star game.
For sure.
I mean, rightfully so. I don't know if we're seeing right now. I think it's the top 16 who make the All-Star.
It's only one.
So yeah, I don't
Just
see
that, as of now.
TJ. I don't see Willie on there.
Yeah.
So
I think Abo's the next closest guy at number 18. So
Mhm.
the main guys you think that would be there are just not there.
I mean,
If
that
Bo
goes
makes it, I'm retiring.
that.
I can't have
No,
Bo
but that
make
goes to
it.
show. I mean, they got a solid bench too. It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
they're starters, you know.
Their team got better from last year
Yeah,
on paper,
yeah.
but
It's just not translating.
Yeah, it's not
yet,
translating.
at least. But yeah,
and the final game we got Ansar versus Hadad Buckets, which I think this has the potential to be maybe game of the week as well.
If all players show up.
Yeah, if all the players show up for both teams, this will be a kind of a statement win for Ansad, and I think a must win for Haddad Buckets. Must win for both, realistically. I mean, they're both 1-4 teams.
Yeah, well, Haddad Buckets fighting. Well, I think they're fighting for the 8-9 seed, right?
Yeah, they're at the 8 spot.
Again,
Remember,
reminder: 8 and 9 seed. You guys are playing in the elimination round to get to the playoffs, and that's going to be same week as All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do not want to be in that number 8, number 9 seeding.
Yeah, it's not a good spot to be in for sure. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I mean, I think Ansad will pull it out personally, but I don't know. Both these teams got a lot of work to do in the future. You got anything else, or you want to close this out?
I think that's it. It'll be a good week next week, and inshallah, we'll see you on the next podcast.